A beautiful soft dough is stuffed with a spicy Vindaloo ground chicken mince, and this is baked till delicious. Hi everyone, welcome back to Cravings and Adventures. I'm Karen Ahmed. I'm so excited about this video today. I'm going to show you how to make stuffed buns, and not just any stuffed buns. We're going to be making chicken vindaloo stuffed buns. These are absolutely delicious. Before I go any further with this recipe, do make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure to ring that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Now, let's get baking. I'm going to start with 2 teaspoons of yeast and cover it with half a cup of warm water and 1 tablespoon of sugar. The water should be warm and not hot, as it will kill the yeast, and it should also not be too cold or the fermentation process will not start. The sugar is required as the yeast loves sugar and will feed off it. Allow this to sit for about 10 minutes. You will notice that the yeast will start to get frothy. Add a teaspoon of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of butter, and salt to taste. I also have 3½ cups of all-purpose flour here, and I've pre-sifted it. I'm going to add this in, alternating it with 1½ cups of warm milk. Again, you want to make sure the milk is warm, not too hot and not too cold. Allow this to knead until it's a soft dough. If your dough is too dry, you can add just a bit more warm milk or water. Now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to add it to a greased bowl. Cover this with cling film and a towel, and I'm going to leave it in a warm place. I usually will just turn my oven on, allow it to warm up, and then I'll turn it off and add the dough in. I like to leave this in the oven for at least 2 hours to rise. To make the chicken vindaloo mince or keema, I'm going to heat up some oil. Once hot, I'm going to saute 2 cups of finely diced onion. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of sliced green chilies and salt to taste. This will help your onions sweat faster. Now I'm going to add in 1 pound of ground chicken. This is chicken breast that I just ground up in my food processor. I prefer to use chicken breast in this recipe, as chicken thigh tends to ooze out more oil and it can get messy in a filling. Next, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of vindaloo paste. This is a ground paste made with chilies, ginger, garlic and other spices, and vinegar. I will leave a link to make that paste at the end of this video, as well as in the description. Cook this for a few minutes and add 1 cup of diced tomatoes. Now I'm going to cover this. I'm going to allow it to cook for about 10 minutes till the tomatoes get nice and mushy. After 10 minutes, I'm going to open this up, and you can see that there's a little bit of liquid. We want to make sure that this is nice and dry. Add salt to taste. And 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. I'm also going to add 1 cup of chopped coriander, and I'm going to allow this filling to cool. This filling can be used to stuff buns, pan rolls, or potato chops. You can also eat it just as it is. After 2 hours, the dough has doubled, and you can now see how airy the dough is. I'm just going to give this a quick knead and I'm going to divide it. Usually I'll get about 11 to 12 buns. I'm going to cover these and give them a chance to rise again for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'm going to grease a tray, or you can use parchment paper or a mat. And I'm going to grab each portion and I'm going to flatten it out almost like a cup shape. Add about a tablespoon or half of filling in the center, and I'm going to pull all the dough on all sides to seal. Repeat this process with the rest of them. To a preheated oven and allow this to cook for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I'm going to quickly remove this, brush this with an egg wash. I'm going to sprinkle it with black sesame seeds and add it back to the oven and cook it for another 30 minutes till the tops of the buns are nice and brown. Remove these and serve. These are absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for joining me on Cravings Food Adventures. I hope you enjoyed this delicious recipe for chicken vindaloo stuffed buns. Trust me, your family and friends are going to love this recipe. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys, and that you've rung the bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. If you love my videos, do share them with your family and friends. Leave me a comment below so I know what you think about the video. Also, let me know what other kind of recipes you would like to see. And follow me behind the scenes on all of my social channels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and most recently, you can also find me on TikTok. Until I see you next time, do take care. Happy eating. Bye.